How's it going? Jeremy Worden here, BnbCalc co-founder, and I'm going to show you how to do a rental arbitrage analysis with BnbCalc 2.0. So let's get into it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find a property in Memphis, Tennessee, just random city, random property, and I'm going to analyze it using BnbCalc. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this address and plug it in. Alternatively, what I could have done is paste the Zillow link. What it's going to do is going to aggregate the estimate for monthly rent, and it's going to pull the beds and bath information. Let's just make sure it's right. 3.2, 1,500 monthly rent. I'm going to click this calculate button. And now what it's going to do is it's going to come and pull. First, it is pulling an AirDNA revenue estimate as well as data from Arbitrage. So you can contextualize this percentile estimate here. It gives you 25%, 50, 75, 90, and 100. So if you're better than 9 out of 10 properties, you're up here. Whereas if you're in the bottom quarter, you might be down here. You can see obviously there's a huge skew in that. But let's just say your average. We have our monthly seasonality. And the data that this is coming up with is pulling from these listings. So here we have our comparables, which are these properties below. So we can come in, we can see, all right, this is where the property is, and this is the comp. So this one over here looks to be doing 38. This one looks to be doing 125, which, is crazy. Probably high-end property. So here you can actually go to the Airbnb listings themselves. But what we want to do is kind of use these properties in order to get an idea of how we think ours is going to perform relative to the other ones. So I can go more in depth on another video that shows how I would come up with the best revenue estimate possible. But what I want to do is just show you guys the tool. So what we have is our monthly cash flows. So as you can see here, based off this seasonality, potential profit might only be certain months of the year. However, if the property is doing significantly better, 90th percentile, then it could cash flow year round. So something to keep in mind. But down here to our financial summary, we have all the variables. So we have our revenue, we have our operating expenses. You can go in here and plug these out. I'm going to do a demo also on how to create your own presets. Here, these are some presets that I have actually. I created for Memphis. It's a lower cost area than some other places. We have our estimates for maintenance, cleaning, etc. Management platform fee. Airbnb takes 3%, so it's something you're going to want to keep in mind. Close that out. We have our rent, so we can see if we get a month of free, 2 months, 3 months, how does that affect things? Let's just update this. That we updated our preset, so now that's what's going to save for this custom preset we just created. But we have our rent concessions, so it changes our net effective rent to $11.25 because we just got free rent. So based off all this, if we were to have this much revenue and these be our expenses and rent, we're looking at this cash flow. Again, obviously the revenue is a very important variable there. So if we're in that 60th percentile range, our cash flow is lower. So keep this in mind. We can look at our return metrics, our investment value over time. That's just cash. When you arbitrage, it's just you either make or lose cash. There's no really other variables to consider. And yeah, that's just it. That's just the quickest. BnbCalc is the quickest, easiest, and best way to analyze properties and run the numbers to come up with their profit potential. Hope you guys liked it, and enjoy our tool.